Hey guys, hey guys. Hopefully y'all can see me. All right, we're gonna start off like this. What's going on YouTube? This is Marcos with Aquemini Pressure Washing. Now I'm back again with a live. This is probably the first live I did since the giveaway. So now I'm gonna try to do this live. I'm sorry if you can't hear me because there's so much noise going on in the background. But I'm just gonna show you this little portion of fence that I'm gonna pressure wash. This is a bit fence, but I'm just gonna do this little portion live real quick. And if you want to see the rest of this fence getting washed, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so when that video comes out, you'll be able to look at it. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. What I'm gonna do right now, I got my backpack sprayer, and what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put, well, I have my chemicals in the backpack sprayer. This is probably like a 3 or 4% mix that I have in the sprayer. So what I'm gonna do, it's a lot of bugs. It's hot out here today. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw this on. We're gonna spray this fence, and you're gonna be able to see how this chemical works live. So let me tell you this: anytime that you are doing a fence and you want to wash it and not really stain it, you don't want to really use chemicals. You probably want to use some type of wood wash. Pretty much every job that I do, as far as fence, I'm pretty much washing it with SH, and I'm going back to do I'm going back and I'm gonna add some stain to it and stuff like that. This is what I'm gonna do with this fence too. And just in case you're wondering, this fence right here is 30 years old. It has not been stained or done anything to in over 30 years. So this is gonna be kind of interesting to see what happens and stuff like that. But as far as it holding up and stuff like that, it's been holding up pretty good and stuff for being a 30-year-old fence and stuff. But on the back side of it, it is some flaws. So if you want to see those flaws, you definitely want to have to look at that video when I come out with the video. All right, let's go ahead and get the backpack sprayer on, and we're just going to go ahead and spray the fence, and you should start seeing everything comes off. I'm pretty much not going to be really talking that much in this, just because I don't have a microphone on me, and if I'm talking with my back turned, you are not going to really hear me. So just look at it, and I'll probably come to the camera every once in a while to tell you what's going on. Okay, got my sprayer set, and I'm going to make sure we have it set on fan, and we're going to build up some pressure in my pump sprayer. All right, now it's going to spray the fence all the way down. What I hate is she was supposed to have the area clean from debris and bushes and stuff like that. She didn't have anybody to do that. The person who was supposed to do the lawn care did not come through. And kind of she fired him because he did some damage to the property, so she has to find a new lawn person. So we're going to try to deal what we can with this job and stuff like that. So go ahead and start applying the SA. All right, so far what I've done is just apply to this little portion of the fence right now. I haven't done anything in that portion. I did hit the dog ears at the top of the fence, but we're going to apply a little bit more SH so you can kind of see the stuff fade, so you see how strong this stuff is. All right, so I got to apply to that. It's working, but it's working kind of slow, which is probably good, or it's probably working real good. Like I said, this fence is 30 years old, so I don't know what to expect. I'm gonna try to do the little piece behind this bush over here. We're gonna leave this section for last, so that way we can probably see a kind of before and after with the SH. And then after we get through the SH settling in on the fence a little bit, we're gonna go back and take the one from our pressure washer and we're gonna wash this off. And we're gonna be using the white tip for this. Like I said, I'm going back with stain on this fence, so it's not going to hurt it from me using SH. But if you're not going to be staining the fence and you're trying to just restore and get everything looking new, use some type of wood chemical like Wood Wizard. I think that's what they call it, or something that you can probably get from your box store. I'm not too sure. I don't hardly use it that much. All right, so let's go ahead and spray behind. I'm going to go ahead and spray behind here, and we're going to let that sit a little bit and see what happens. All right, like I said, this fence is 30 years old, so I don't know what it's gonna look like after we make it good. So I left that little section right there in the middle, the way it is right now. I'm gonna go ahead and kind of show you the rest of the fence so you see what I'm dealing with and stuff while this is drilling, and we're gonna come back and watch this. So right now, we're letting it fade and stuff like that. Like I said, this section right here hasn't been touched. This section is starting to come a little bit clean and stuff like that. But when I get through with it at the end, it should be nice and shiny. This side of the fence is the neighbor fence, so we're not touching that. I don't know if you can see it or not, but there we go. We can kind of see it a little bit. We're not touching this, so we ain't got to worry about that. But we do have to do the inside of the fence. We're gonna come back in a few minutes to see how this is working. So let's walk around over here. Turn the camera around so y'all can see me. There you go. So now we're gonna go to the inside of the fence so we can kind of look at everything so you'll see exactly what I'm dealing with as far as getting this whole fence clean. And like I said, that's just a small section of it. But we're gonna come back and we're gonna have to do the rest of this. So let me, this camera flipped around. So this is part of the fence that we have to get done. All this right here. All this right here. Now this right here, this gate, we're gonna repair this gate. So I'm thinking what's gonna happen, I'm gonna have to tear this section down all the way to here and rebuild all this. So that's gonna be a separate video. And it's not bad as it looks. But like I said, fence is 30 years old. See, this is new wood and stuff right here. So we gotta pressure wash the outside and we gotta pressure wash the inside. Now, if you notice, this is not how you build a fence. The person took two 2x4s and put it at the top. I don't know, nothing in the middle and one at the bottom. And it held up like this for 30 years. Don't ask me how it happened, but it happened. And as you can see right now, everything's grown up and I got to work around this. I don't know what to expect at the bottom because the lawn people didn't cut none of this stuff. And we have this right here. That's done wrong right there when I'm looking at that. And it's got a sag in the middle. That's the reason the post is sagging the way it is. If they did it right, well, I'll tell you in another video. So right here we have the fence. Right here we have to do, and this is the back side of that gate that we're going to tear down. Now let's walk over here. What's crazy, they was doing all this stuff for a pool party for the 4th of July. And if you look, the pool has been drained because the guy damaged the pool pump back there in the back. We'll look at that in a second. All right, this is the back side of the fence that I just put chemicals on. So we got to clean this back side and we got to walk all the way down. You notice all the leaves right here piled up. All that was supposed to be cleaned up and stuff. And like I said, none of this stuff was done. So this is going to make it hard for me to kind of work around. But we're going back here. And I counted the panels. I counted roughly 40 panels right here. And I think it's like 10 or 12 on the back. So we have to come all the way back here. I'm not sure if we got to repair that or not. I don't know if I can get to it because all the woods and stuff over there. But we'll see. We're going to try to clean all this up. And we're going to kind of stop right here. That's the inside right here. Now this is the new side where I think the neighbor on the other side had put up. You see how this is done correctly. So we're going to stain the inside of this part too. But see, we got trees and stuff hanging over. All this stuff was supposed to be cleaned up. So I got to factor that into my price now that I'm thinking about it. Because if all this stuff was cleaned up, the only thing I would do was just wash the fence. Now I have to come out here and bushwhack, especially right here. So this is where it ends and stuff like that. But I don't know if she's gonna get this part done, but I'm pretty sure, excuse the noise. I'm pretty sure when I wash this part right here, that she's wanting to get something done to this. Because like I said, we're gonna put a solid stain over here to kind of hide a lot of this stuff. And what's crazy, those 2x4s right there are still kind of straight. That one's kind of straight. It's just a couple of them in the front that are warped. And I believe they started to warp because of the heat from the sun or something. Not too sure. But as you can see, all this is going to be done a little bit later in another video. But I just wanted to show you how big this fence is. Oh yeah, I told you I was going to show you the pump. So they went on vacation, and I guess the lawn person came over here to cut the grass and stuff, and somehow they damaged this pump. You know what? I'm looking at that. That looked like that's been cut off. Well, that's been broke off. That's broke off. I'm not too sure how this. Yeah, it was broke off. Somebody hit this and damaged it real bad. I don't know who damaged it, but yeah, that's not a good look, because it's like this piece goes on right here at the top, and then this piece goes into that pump. That's not a expensive fix, but what they could have done when they broke it was just turn the pump off so it won't drain the pool like it did. So that's gross. I mean, I wish I can come out here and pressure wash this, but I don't know what exactly they're gonna do. That'll make a good video to pressure wash this pool, but that is a pool liner and it's not concrete. So I had to do some research as far as cleaning this, and then we had to figure out a way to get that water out here. Even if we did, this was hard to clean this. But I think if I clean the deck and everything, that this pool area will be immaculate. All right, let's go back to the other side and see how this SH has been doing on the fence. And right now, let's show you the inside of the fence, outside the fence again. Yeah, and it says that they got security cameras in use. It does. It had a security camera pointing toward the pool, but the only problem with that, they have one of those Ring type cameras. I think that's what they are, or something similar to Ring. And with Ring, you put everything in the cloud. So they didn't notice that the pool was drained until probably like 2 or 3 days ago. And then been back from vacation probably a week. And they didn't know anything that was wrong with the pool, because like I said, it was supposed to be doing the pool part on the 4th of July. So now they walk back to that mess right there. And now they're not able to have that little function and stuff. But she did decide that she wants to get the fence and stuff still done, because if she decides to have another function in the future, she won't be prepared for that. Okay, let's look at this fence now. All right, that's the fence. Don't see too much bigger difference. Like I said, it's a 30-year-old fence. Usually when I put SH on the fence, it starts to fade and lighten up big time. I don't see anything fading, but like a lot of that stuff is getting absorbed into it and stuff like that. So we have these few pickets right here that we're gonna put some SH on. And like I said, I don't really see too big of a difference, but when I put the pressure washer on it with that white tip, all this should come clean. I got to figure out how to do the top. I think I'm gonna have to take my short gun, my pressure washer gun, and spray the top of it, because you got to get the top of the fence anytime that you clean fences. All right, I'm gonna set y'all back up, and we're gonna spray this, and then we're gonna crank the pressure washer up, and we're gonna wash everything down. All right, so we got you set up right there. We're gonna go ahead and apply some more SH on the few panels that I left. Okay, I got those last little panels and stuff like that. And just in case y'all just joining us, welcome. If you don't know who I am, my name is Marcos. Uh, I'm the owner of Aquemini Pressure Washing here in Atlanta, Georgia. And right now we're in East Point, and we're going to clean this little section of fence. Basically, we're just going to use high pressure and stuff like that to clean this part. And after we clean this, we're going to go back and stain it. We're not going to stain it today. You're going to have to go ahead and subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you see when that video comes out. Then you'll see the staining portion of the fence. And then we just got through looking at the other fence, other part of the fence that we have to do. Right now, we're just going to concentrate on this. So I'm going to go ahead and get my pressure washer cranked up, and we're going to go ahead and get this cleaned off as best we can. All right. So just in case you wonder, that's my pressure washer right there. And just to let you know, I got a white tip on this, and that's what I'm going to use to clean the fence. I got my line primed, no air. I'm going to make sure that all the air is out the line because I clear my lines every time I pack them up and stuff. It makes it lighter when I roll my lines up. So that like is pretty much got all the air out. So now we're ready to start up the machine. Now when I go start up the machine, the way I do this is I squeeze the trigger, because it's not an electric start, I got a pull start. I squeeze the trigger, then I pull the pull start, and then the machine should crank up. All right, the machine is cranked up. I'm gonna turn y'all back around, so we're gonna start cleaning probably the bottom of the fence so the mud won't keep popping up on the fence. So let's try that first. All right, you see the difference? Put y'all a little closer so I can get back over here. That back piece is gonna be hard because they didn't clean none of that stuff. So I'm gonna do what I can to get down low and then work my way up. Okay, so so far so good. It's starting to look different. This is the part that I cleaned. This is the part I didn't clean. So right now, my machine ran out of gas, so we're gonna have to put gas in it real quick. So we're doing this live, so I forgot to put gas in the machine from the job I did yesterday. And like I said, this area down here at the bottom, I'm doing the best I could because the lawn guys did not come over here and clean up like the way this should have done. So now I'm have to do it this way. And I'm gonna explain the proper way to do this. So when you do have to pressure wash the fence, no matter what kind of pressure wash you do it, you have to do it a certain way. And the way to do it is go from top to bottom or bottom up and make sure that you go to the full length of the board. You don't want to do it like this. The reason you don't want to do it like this is because it's going to leave marks. And the only reason I'm doing it like that is because I know I'm staining it. So let's go ahead and get the gas in the pressure washer. All right. I don't see how I can read comments if y'all making comments and stuff right now, so I'm not too sure. Let's see. Nope, I don't see anything. I don't know if I set it up to read comments because I didn't think I was going to be in front of the camera that much too. So just in case you're just now joining us, we're live, and this is Marcos from Aquemini Pressure Washing. And what we are doing, we are pressure washing a little small portion of a fence where I have to do, yep, there we go, where I have to do the entire fence later on this week and stuff. But right now, we are just getting everything started. Well, really, we're about through with this little section because I'm just going to do this little section just to show you how to wash the fence. And I just thought to do this at the last second. This is not the way I planned this. I probably say, hey, I'm gonna shoot this live, and here we are. So let me get gas in here. Put y'all back on the tripod. And like I said, I don't see any comments and stuff. So if you leave in the comments, I'll probably go back after the live stream and read the comments to see what y'all had to say, what you think about this. I don't know if you want to see more of these. If you do, definitely leave a comment below so we can probably arrange that. be able to see this, you can't be able to see the pressure washing on the fence. So just give me a few seconds and get just enough gas to be able to finish this fence. That should be enough. Nowhere near in case y'all wonder, this is my hot seat pressure washer. It's a 4 gallon a minute pressure washer that I've been having at least 5 years. The other day, the pump went out on, not the pump, but the this uploader went out on me, so I replaced that. Changed the oil. I had to change the pull string maybe more than once. And that's basically it. Other than that, this has been a real reliable machine. And like I said, this is a hot seat 4 gallon a minute pressure washer. So just in case y'all want to get a pressure washer, like I said, you can't go wrong with this. I can take it in and out of my truck. And what's going to happen in the future, I think I'm gonna mount this to a trailer, and I think I'm gonna upgrade that pump to a 5.5 gallon per minute pump. Or if I can go to an 8 gallon a minute pump, I'll do that. So let's get back to the pressure washing. And like I said, I'm sorry I can't talk to you when I'm doing this. I ain't bring my headset. I wasn't even thinking about that when I was doing this. But we're making it work. Get y'all in position again so I can just turn y'all around. So we're gonna crank the machine up. As you seen last time, it cranked up on the first pull. Should do the same thing. That's a reliable machine. All right, I'm gonna go ahead behind this bush again and finish the behind there. Then I'm coming in the front so y'all can see me finish the front. All right, guys, how does it look? This is a 30-year-old fence that I just pressure washed. I guess this took 40 minutes. I don't think it should take me that long if I was actually doing the fence. And like I said, I got a whole section of fence that I have to really do and stuff like that. But like I said, the way you really do the picket fences is you basically start from the top and go all the way to the bottom and try not to stop on the fence. Or if you got to stop on the bottom of the fence, you kind of pull out with the pressure washer, and then when you start going back up, push back in, so that way you won't make any damages on the fence. I'm getting away with a lot of these areas that's scuffed up. You see how you see the lines and stuff right here? That's because I had to clean the bottom of the fence away from all this debris and stuff like that. So I was no way around that. But when I go back and do the staining, the stain should cover all that up because it's going to be a solid stain. But that is it. I see a couple of areas that I'll probably hit again, like back here on the side and stuff like that. If I can look down the fence and I can see like some greener algae or something like that, I want to definitely make sure that I get that up. But that's basically it. All right. Okay, guys. I don't know if there's anything else I need to show you. Like I said, it's a couple more areas. It's a couple more areas that I want to hit with the pump sprayer. That would get a lot of this green algae off that didn't come off. So there's some green algae still on here, and I want to make sure that all that is off when I go back and stain. But this is the process I go through anytime that I'm doing the fence washing and staining. I have to make sure that I get everything off. And after I get everything off, I want to make sure that I don't leave any marks, just in case this is a job where I'm not going to be able to do the stain. And again, if you're not staining the fence, you probably do not want to use SH. You can use SH. I didn't say you can't use it. You can use SH. You probably want to use some SH that's a little bit weaker, like maybe 2 or 1%, like maybe a house mix, and maybe to be on the safe side, make your regular 3% mix like I showed you how to do in the videos that I'll be shooting and stuff like that. So I guess the video is over here or something. I'll leave the link for that and link if y'all had to come back and look at this video, how to mix your chemicals. And I will be making an update video of that chemical mix and stuff. It's pretty much the same. I haven't changed nothing over the 5 years and stuff that I've been doing it. It's been working for me, so I don't see no reason to change it. But a lot of people was complaining about the music and stuff in the background, but that video has over 50,000 views. So I'm assuming if I redo it and do it right, especially with the experience I have making videos now, it should be a lot better video, and it'll probably get a lot more views and stuff. So like I said, I'm gonna go back and probably touch up a couple more spots and stuff like that, but I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to wrap this video up. Well, this live stream up, because I have a whole bunch of more fence that I have to wash and stuff like that. But I just wanted to show you what I'm gonna what I did in this on the fence wash and stuff live, because I thought it was gonna make a pretty decent video and stuff like that. And again, if you're gonna see this portion of the fence, it's just right here. You're not gonna see the other part of the fence, and I'm not gonna include this in the other video when I do it. If I do it, I'll probably just do a time lapse or something of this section. But the other video is going to be a totally different video from this one right here. Okay, guys, that's going to do it for this live stream. Be sure to, I hope that you found this live stream entertaining. If not, at least I hope that you learned something from it. If you didn't, go back and look at the video when I post it, and you probably see all the good parts that you didn't see right now. And if you're a subscriber, thank you for subscribing to the channel. And these are the people that have been with me from day one, or just got to me last week or something, because I'm getting new subscribers every week and stuff. So I appreciate y'all, coming to, I appreciate y'all coming here to check my videos out and stuff. And I'll try to keep pumping them out as much as I can. And if you're new here and just now seeing this live stream for the first time and finding this channel for the first time, Make sure that you hit the like button and make sure that you hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you know when my videos come out, and including the one that when we are wrapping up this video right here, washing it and staining the whole fence. All right, guys, this is Marcos from Aquemini Pressure Washing. Thank you for tuning in for this live stream, and I will see you in my next video. Peace.